like Anyoma now is a different case. Like the British, because of that Ekumeku, they now separated us and put us in this province and that province. You know, the British were the ones who did these things.
Yes.
They divided us, and it has brought a lot of confusion. Some of our people were not part of the Igbo Union, that one that Agbo University banned. So because they were not part of it, they didn't see themselves as Igbo. You see what I mean?
Well, let me ask you, brother Kechuku, why do you think the during that time Agbo University late banned the Igbo Union? Why? What you are coming? Very good. I have very good brother. I welcome you.
My brother, how now? It's good to see you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
You're really trying, no?
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
so
you yourself, what you're doing for us in the background, I mean, cannot be overemphasized. You are doing absolutely well for us. Okay. I mean, I want to use this opportunity to tell Umuibu that you are very, very vital to this movement. You have been giving us those graphic designs. You have been giving us a lot of ideas. You have been contributing to financially to this project. So I thank you. This is me. I'm giving you this hands. It is
no problem. We do what we need to do for our people.
Yes.
We're doing what we need to do for our people. Let's get our people together to move forward.
Exactly.
You know, because there's a lot of confusion back home, and we need to bring our people to have focus. If you want an Igbo president, if that's what you want tomorrow, you have like 4 or 5 people looking for presidency. Exactly. You know, and then they'll be fighting each other and sabotaging each other. You saw what happened last time. This guy picked Okowa, Peter Obi came, so there was like confusion.
Yes.
You know, but we need to move in when our people are united, we can move in one direction. If we want to leave Nigeria tomorrow, if we say we want our own country, we can do that when we're united. You know, if that's where we're going, you know, because I know you said this is not a separatist movement. No, it isn't a separatist movement. But some of us desire a country we want to call our own country. And Nigeria hasn't worked for us. So what I would say is this, my own little contribution of my own mind is, look, let us try and unite our people, try and make something out of what we can do in Nigeria. Like now that constitution is limiting us. Let's all exhaust everything. You know, let's do all the community projects, exhaust what our so-called representatives, you know, our governors, let them work hard. When everything else fails, when it totally fails, that we have met a dead end, that we can see that the problem is coming from the Nigerian constitution, is coming from the other parts of Nigeria that are blocking everything we want to achieve. Like now we want to create a state. You need to get votes here and there. You have to be in bed with everybody. It doesn't happen. You can't be in bed with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody across Nigeria. But that's how the Nigerian constitution is right now. You cannot create this. It's virtually impossible to create a state because you need to dead vote. So we know the frustration our people are facing, but let's get our own people first to agree. Let's get our own people together. Let's bring our people from Anyoma side and Anyoma. Let's join our people together. Let's have that mind that we're moving together. And we are no more seeing ourselves as different nations. We're seeing ourselves as one united Igbo nation. Then we can achieve other things. We are going to achieve other things. If it's presidency, we'll get it. This last thing, if all of Igbo had said in PDP and APC had insisted that it had to be, you know, the ruling party now.
Yes.
If they had insisted that it had to be an Igbo man that was given the presidential ticket, then this presidential issue would have been a non-issue, because APC and PDP, it would be one of them that would have won, right?
Truth.
It's usually the strongest party. So if they had both picked an Igbo man as their presidential candidate, then we won't be having this Igbo presidency thing. But for me, this Igbo presidency is not even that important. But since our people want it, the way to do it is for our people to be united about it. It's not, you know, being divided. Everybody saying his own thing.
You know that
you had Wike, you had this other person.
Igbo has everything. But what we don't have right now is political.
Igbos are strong now. They know. That's why they created.
And I think
they created South. Look, Gowon has even admitted after that war, they divided the East so that they can weaken the Igbos. Is a fact. Even the way they created South to surround Southeast, that thing makes me angry. I'm from the so-called South, but it makes me angry because you can just see that the way the thing was done is like you're surrounding our people, trying to cut our people off. Exactly. That's cut off the Easterners. I'm from the West. I'm from Western Igbo. Try to cut off Eastern Igbo from the sea. But obviously, if you follow international law, Ali Igbo, even as it is the Southeast part, the one that people know now as Ali Igbo,
Yes.
Thanks to you, we are changing all that now. People are seeing the greater Alibo. But they usually see the Southeast as landlocked. It's not even landlocked because you have Imo River. You know, some of these places can be dredged. So the politics has been really horrible.
If we can have the Suez Canal, how much more?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There are some places that are even closer than Port Harcourt.
Exactly.
Port Harcourt is Igbo, but we'll leave that for now, you know. Yes. But even without Port Harcourt, you can still have access. You still have access to the sea. But we still want to bring our people together. There's nothing worse than having the same people speaking the same language as you being your own enemy. Yeah. You know.
Yes, that is really the most dangerous thing. I've said it here before.
No, there was like Anyoma now is a different case. Like the British, because of that Ekumeku, they now separated us and put us in this province and that province. You know, the British were the ones who did these things.
Yes,
they divided us, and it has brought a lot of confusion. Some of our people were not part of the Igbo Union, that one that Agbo University banned. So because they were not part of it, they didn't see themselves as Igbo. You see what I mean?
Well, let me ask you, Brother Kechuku, why do you think the during that time Agbo University late banned the Igbo Union? Why? What do you think?
He was serving his masters now. Agbo University was a member of the British Royal Order now, Victorian Order now. He was serving them. He wanted to keep Nigeria one. It was about keeping that one the way the British wanted it to go. Check Agbo University's profile. He was a member of the Royal something. Many of our people, even some of our great leaders, even Akanumbium was also a Sir. He was a Sir, right?
Yes.
When they did what they did with the starvation and then he couldn't bear it, he gave up his stuff now. Akanumbium.
Yes.
Yeah, he wrote that this is wrong. And then there was another person, one British singer. I don't know if he's one of the Beatles, one British person that was also a Sir. He too also gave it up.
Yes.
Said he can't take it, you know. So anyway, the fact is, our people, there's a lot of work to be done.
I still have a question for you. You know, I still have yes. I want us to discuss this right here on this program. I talked about one of the reasons why we need this Igbo, these Unify IGBOS Now coordinators in the foreign and diaspora, because I have a sister who was questioning that, who said that let it not be degenerates into the IPOB, you understand? But then I think she forgot that this is about the Igbo identity and has nothing to do with separatism or what have you. And I know that this movement can never be hijacked because it is stemmed on the cultures and the languages of the Igbo people to unify these people. Now, one thing I want to bring to you now is the Igbos. Nobody knows the numbers of the Igbos. Are you aware? Nobody knows the correct numbers.
We estimate about 50 million, between 30 and 50 million.
Okay, that is guesswork. Now, how many Igbos? You are in Germany. You are in Germany, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm in Germany, yeah.
Okay. How many Igbos do you think that are there in Germany?
There are thousands. I cannot say how many, but there are enough. There are enough. Like you can go to some parts and you just meet Igbo people.
Don't you think it is time that we know our numbers? We know how many Igbos that are there. We know how many Igbos that are here. We know how many Igbos that are
here. Yeah, we should be able to do. I mean, it shouldn't be difficult because a lot of Igbo communities already have their like town unions and all that. So one of the things we will do is we'll try and reach out to those village unions, town unions, state unions. They have all sorts of groups. Even these Ohanese people, I'm not really fond of them because they should have been doing what you are trying to do now. But they also have their branches. So we will kind of reach out to all these people as well and find out. It shouldn't be hard to find our people.
Shouldn't be hard.
Okay, our people are everywhere. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
We have opened up the numbers. We have numbers, especially and you, for instance, you are part of our coordinators. You are in Germany, and we are hoping that enough or more Igbo can contact you on that number who are within.
Yes, I want to be able to call me. I'm in Germany. I cannot go everywhere. I can't move about everywhere.
Yes,
but I can. I mean, you can get me in the Nürnberg area, or you can get me in the Regensburg area. So if you are around Nürnberg, in Bayern itself, this Bavaria, you've heard of Bayern Munich. If you're in that area, I can get to you within 2 hours, 2-3 hours. I can meet up with you. Either I drive or I catch a train. So there's no problem. If you're in Bavaria, indicate. Let's start doing things for our people. There is power in numbers. What I'm saying is, look,
in the UK.
if we want to raise money now, yeah, diaspora people, if we're just paying, even if it's just some monthly dues, if it's one euro, look at it this way. This is just simple mathematics. If you have 200 people paying €1 each, that means you're collecting 200 euros a month that we're contributing to do one tiny thing. It might be just for fuel, somebody moving here, they need transport. Money, you can't do this thing without money. So people in the diaspora have this advantage of having this foreign currency, right? We know that already. Money doesn't grow on trees here. We walk, we all do things. But it will be easy when we're many. Somebody can easily donate. By the time we grab all our people here, they can bring if they just bring small amounts, to be easy to send funds more often than relying on. Yeah.
All right, brother. Let's talk about how we can influence our brothers, especially in the Anyoma and the Rivers area, via charity work.
Yes.
How do you feel about this? How do you think that we can approach this? And
Unify
to
you have a charity organization already that is registered. You have a charity organization that is registered.
There is a registered.
That charity organization will have a structure. We can work with that charity organization, use it will have a bank account, I believe. So we'll be sending money there. But what we would like to see is that somehow this movement, we have committees, people that are tasked to do certain things. So if you have you need some people who will survey our region, find out the most impoverished places in our side, and let's try and do something for our people that are impoverished. That's the way to, reach out to people like, this is my brother here. We have people in those Kogi areas. I've noticed, I saw a newspaper report the other time. They were crying that they are being marginalized, that they don't have access to water, they don't have access to so many things. So we need to go and investigate, but it's not a one-man's thing. Like, you've been moving around, you've been working hard, but we need to now change this now. Make it something that is more than one people doing this work. They will give they'll give a report. They will investigate, where are the people, what do they need, what can we do? If it's maybe they need water, maybe we can. Some people are fetching water from the stream. They don't have access to well water or pipe-borne water. Yeah, so we can maybe dig a borehole for them. How many million naira is it going to cost? You see what I mean? So This is where community work comes in. Like, when our people are contributing, we can dig a borehole somewhere. We see the areas that are suffering. We try and help those areas. Do some just very little things. Doesn't have to be. We start somewhere. We can call attention to the governors, like you were doing in your other video, where you were saying, Ibanke people, look at the road that are passing. I was in Enugu once, driving from Enugu to my area. I was going to my hometown from Ogwashi, and I passed that Enugu Onitsha road. That road was terrible. So you see things like this, and we can't keeping quiet. We need to look for where our people are suffering, like really, really where it's hard. Everywhere the people are suffering, but we look for the most impoverished areas, and let's try and do something for them.
Thank you.
Something small. Maybe a primary school. Maybe they have a primary school that I saw one other video somewhere in Alibo. I think it was Alibo. I saw a video where the rain was beating them, and then they had to close down the school. Why can't we renovate the building?
I have Kainebi. I don't know, Kainebi, indicate if you are free, if you can join us. Very, very important. Indicate if you are free, if you can be able to join us.
So there are many things we can do anyway.
Okay.
There are many things we can do. Okay. We just need to find out. We need to be doing it in a way that is this is a movement. It's not one man's stuff.
At all.
It's a lot of work. We need our people to get. We need our people to get together.
Joining us right now.
Okay. We need to. This is a movement.
Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live broadcast. It is
my brother is on the move.
Ndewo. Mazi Okechukwu.
I'm here. I don't
know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
I greet every one of you. Okay,
yeah, thank you.
I hope.
Thank you, One. Thank you.
To all the listeners who are on board with us, I greet everybody.
Thank you. Before you came, we were discussing about a lot of things. We are discussing about the Igbo numbers, both at home and in diaspora. We need to know how many Igbos are there. And also we discussed about how to influence these some Igbo regions that are outside the southeast, in Kogi, Benue, Akwa Ibom, and Delta rivers. All these places that we need to go in and see what can Igbos do. Unifying Igbo does not just end in mouth. We must, what can we do for Igbo? Then another thing, I have a brother who says that it is not just about digging boreholes for people that are technological advancement that we can help bring to some communities. Well, these things are all subject for dialogue and debates. What can we do? So, anyone, please, your opinion is very, very important.
Well. If I may say, it is not hidden, and there is no doubt that Ndibo has been living below what they are within the shore of Nigeria and in the world in general. And I thank God for a time like this that we are calling for identification and the unification of Ndibo, irrespective of where the state they find themselves politically, irrespective of the region they find themselves politically. And I still want to let you know, because before I came in, I've heard you talk about Ndibo in South Africa, Ndibo in what is it called, in America,
in Germany.
One thing I still want our people to understand now, and if anybody is having doubt, let him or her go and inquire, is that, let me use Nigeria for example. In all the cities and states that we found that are in Nigeria, apart from the Igbo states, talking about the Delta, the Anambra, the rivers, and so on and so forth, every other state, starting from Edo State, Lagos State, Ogun State, I want to say this, and anybody can go and verify. Even in Lagos, after the indigenous of that state, the next number of ethnic group we are going to see are the Igbos. We go to Lagos, after the indigenous, the people, the next number are the Igbos. You go to Edo State, after the owners of the state, the next number are the Igbos. You go to Kano, after the Hausas, the next number you are going to be seeing are the Igbos. You know, so for sure we are plenty in number. We are plenty in number.
Igbos are arguably the largest group in Nigeria, but we have to check it. They are arguably the largest group. But by the time you start PCC, cutting off Ikwere, cutting off Anyoma side, they start shrinking off, you know. And a lot of, you know, because they are not identifying. When they didn't take the last census, I think we boycotted the last census. So we don't know our numbers. We don't know the actual numbers.
There are a lot of things we need to do. I overheard Okechukwu when he was saying something about things we need to do to actually carry along our people. To carry along our people. Yes, those plans that our brother Okechukwu just mentioned are very good and wonderful. But we need those who are willing to actually run with us with such idea. And Imana, you had to lick your hand one after the other. You can't pack all of them into your hand once. Now, as we begin to draw, as we begin to put down our plans, as we begin to put down agendas. Now we begin to work towards them one after the other. Okay, Chuku, let me still tell you this from this platform. You are wonderful. If you have our brothers like you, 3 or 5 of you joining you, you know, doing what you are doing alongside with us, we have another breaking, we have another groundbreaking altogether. So what is there is that Igbo, there is no doubt we are higher in number. We are higher in number. There is no doubt. Anybody doubting it, I don't know the planet the person is coming out from.
My brother,
I don't know the
what
planet they
what
are
do you
coming out
suggest
from.
about having different committees to handle different things? Like we can have people
Definitely,
working on the political, we can have the political wing, people that will be dealing
definitely,
with things like
definitely,
state creation and whatever presidency,
definitely.
whatever.
Yes, having different committee, we must do that because I and Nnemeke, I and Chukwuemeke, Almighty, Mandy, and so on. Those you see on the social media now, we can't do it all alone, and we must look for a means, create a means where there will be a kind of representative in all the areas where we have Igbos and others. So these are planned after our what is it called next month conference, press conference. I think it's going to be one of the things we're going to be looking into on how to begin to create committees both in diaspora and both at home here to help, because the work is actually there, but we need laborers. We need laborers. This is not only what 1 or 2 people is going to do, but we have started it. We are going to be creating a kind of unit and group that will help to,
My brother, I don't
get
even
the work done
want us to
easily.
wait till February before. I want our people to start saying, "Look, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here in
let me
Germany.
come
I'm
in.
in this part of Germany." I'll
Let
tell
me
the
come in.
person if I can meet the person or not.
Let
Then
me
we
come in.
agree. Okay. No,
Okay.
let me just finish. Let me just finish what I want to
Thank you,
say.
brother. It's not as if maybe we are rehearsing here, no, but rather like we all know, we are aware that the Unify IGBOS Now is officially a movement. It's not a personal franchise. It's a movement of people who has interest on the unification of Indigo. And we have done so well by reaching out, call it whichever you want. We have reached out, we have brought in people, we have amplified voices. So it is important that we also create, as a matter of urgency, what we have done so far by creating this diaspora coordinators, so that our people, if we are doing this here, how much more what our people are going to, while we are firing from here, we need our people to also fire from that side. We need,
We,
how many
we
equally
need
people
financial
are there?
support. We need financial support, and
Exactly.
it's easier for we in the diaspora can easily raise because we're many. If we get together, it becomes easy to raise some good amount of money to do some things
Did
on
you
a
know,
regular basis.
on this note of needing financial support, I don't think our people actually have an understanding to what we are saying. Now, by next month, we are going to be having a press conference that will house all the Igbo components coming together to discuss on how to achieve this unity that we are clamoring for. Now, we needed financial assistance from abroad. We have been calling, but we have been calling people for support. We have been there. It look as if people are just keeping us quiet. It look as if people are just looking at us. I don't know, maybe they are waiting
No,
for
this is
the 9 minute to respond to the call. But we are not perturbed, because actually what we are doing, we know is divine. We are already on it. Even if uh, uh, people fail to answer out quickly, we will manage the way we can, but we still need people to show interest in the area of this financial support and this, because without finance, what we are doing, we can only talk, because we can only talk. After talking, there are actions that needed to be taken and which involved money.
My brother,
Now, like that next
even
one, we are looking at bringing in some media house to be with us, and those media house, they can't come without, you know, we having a kind of financial commitment to them. We are still going to be looking at inviting the facilities we are going to be using that very day. We are not going to be using them for free. The owners who are going to be making financial commitment to those facilities, and some of our brothers like Henry Bay, who is coming from Badagry, all the way from Badagry. There are people who are coming from Abuja, people who are coming from Lagos, people who are coming from River State, Kogi and Benue. We still need to a kind of empower them, to help them, because we know how Nigeria is today. Things are actually going on well. Let me use that word. Things are actually moving on well. People are finding it so easily to feed. So let me use that word. So there are things we need from our people. Yeah.
My brother, I want to come in. And say something, because you are talking about a conference.
Yeah.
We need regular funding. It's not just conference, because the conference will come and go. We need regular funding. This one that you're traveling around, and you're putting your hand in your pocket to fuel, to put car. Is the money coming from the moon? The money is not the money for. We show them what they're using the money for.
Very correct.
But we need our people to start coming together and maybe paying monthly dues, even if it's just like 2,000 naira, whatever. Let our people be paying some money. The money will come in useful to do the work that needs to be done on a regular basis, even before the conference, because the conference will come and go. But what happens after that? Are we going to pack up? No. It has to. There's no struggle that can survive without regular flow of funds. So it's easier for our people to start forming chapters all over Alibo. In Enugu, you can have a coordinator there. Then you can have in the different parts of Enugu. They can have their own, coordinate themselves. They'll be paying some monthly dues. They can agree if that's what they want, or they can do maybe not monthly. They can do once in a while. They make some contribution so that it can go far.
Somebody is asking, say, do you guys have a central account? If yes, how can we get the account for assistance? You guys are wonderful. So, for now, we don't have but we can have a central account anywhere. Maybe after the what is it called? The conference, we can put one together. But for now, there is an account we are using for this this program now. Anybody who want to, there is an account we are using for this program now.
I told him to come and pick it.
So I think Chukwemeka, on this note, maybe after this video we discuss, we know how to put up an account that will bear that Unify IGBOS Now. That Unify IGBOS Now, that will have the name of that Unify IGBOS Now, a central account that both of us, or 1 or 2, 3 of us can be in charge of, so that people can be, on their own, making their donation to that account. I believe if that is what will make them be sure of where they are putting on money, I think we can do that.
Okay, we'll talk about that after now. We will talk about that after now. But let's talk about first how to move the project forward, and also let's talk about the conference. What are expected? What are we expecting from that conference? Let me ask you, what are we? I want you to tell the people what are we expecting from that conference. Over to you, What are we expecting in that conference, the second edition of the Ndibu Unity Conference? What are we expecting?
Well, I will say this second edition of Unify Ndibu Unity Conference